The landmark India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor was announced during the G20 summit in New Delhi in September. The corridor will directly connect India with West Asia and Europe. It will exponentially improve trade, energy, and technological exchanges. It is perceived as a counter against China's Belt and Road Initiative. Once complete, the corridor will slash costs and transportation time by about 40%.
IMEC, the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, is of great importance not just to India, but in fact even to the entire European bloc as well as to the US. Now, we've got to look at it in context. IMEC was a natural extension of the I2U2 bloc, which included India, Israel, United States and UAE. And if you were to look at the journey, the map of the IMEC, it actually connects India through a sea link all the way to UAE, and then a rail link that goes through UAE, through Saudi Arabia, all the way to Israel. More importantly, if you look at it in the geopolitical context, you're looking at an alternative new spice route, as this is being referred to, as a direct competitor to China's Belt and Road Initiative.
There are two separate corridors. The Eastern Corridor, which connects India to the Arabian Gulf, and the Northern Corridor, which connects the Arabian Gulf to Europe. Looks good in theory, but investments and infrastructure need peace and stability. Until now, the IMEC countries were conflict-free zones. In fact, Saudi Arabia was on the verge of a historic peace deal which could see the kingdom formally recognizing the state of Israel. This would have been phase 2 of the Abraham Accords, which saw Bahrain, UAE establish full diplomatic relations with Israel in 2020.
The Israel-Palestine conflict right now is obviously creating some sort of a bummer for the aspirations of IMEC. But you've got to look at it that largely the countries that Israel needs to be aligned with include Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia and Israel, it's unlikely that they're going to see eye to eye in this present situation. So any transportation through the Middle East, railway infrastructure to be built between Saudi Arabia and Israel could become challenge number one. Beyond that, I think it is in the overall interest of India, of the Middle East, of Europe to try and find some sort of a quick fix that the ongoing war, and especially if the war continues for much longer than expected, does not impede IMEC.
So this war, it's not going to be permanent. It's going to find an end. New powers, new occasions are going to come out. But definitely, what is being eliminated is our people. That otherwise, India had a lot of problems in transporting overland because of a hostile neighborhood. Pakistan, we had a lot of problems. We had to go through Iran and other places. So this is something that will happen eventually. You'll find, like you found a way to India.
But the war has now postponed the Saudi-Israel peace deal. Saudi Arabia is wary of siding with Israel when it's launching an offensive against the Sunni group Hamas. So with the conflict in the Middle East, IMEC appears to be on the back burner, at least for now.